All right. No intro needed. You guys know how this thing go one way or another. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. We got a big deals to come around the corner. And I just want to introduce and bring in the infamous. I'm talking about one of the greatest of all times. Voch, man, tell them what it is, man.
If I quit your BM, I still ride Mercedes funk. If I quit the season, I still be the greatest funk. What's up, y'all? Voch Lombardi, Doski Woski, the Peasky Whiskey is free at this point. You should take one on your way out. Chilling with Law Nation. Still a long Saints victory week. Feels good, man. Watching the Eagles and the Redskins tonight, man. What's good?
Yes, it seemed like, man, I don't care if any. I wish it was just like be a tie or something like that. Washington Redskins versus the Eagles. Filthy, you know how it goes, man. I just throw all type of names under there.
see, what we need though, Law, is we need the Redskins to kind of find a way to win this tonight.
Okay.
Because it ain't like they gonna win the rest of their games. You know what I mean? I think Colt McCoy just got hurt for a long period of time. So if we can give the Eagles 2 in a row. Mm-hmm. Redskins gonna knock their own self out the damn playoffs. See, the Redskins currently in the wild card right now. So if I would love to play the Redskins in the playoffs, possibly, right? You know what I'm saying? I would love to run into that team currently the way they are. But we want the Eagles smooth up out the paint. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, get root for Mark Sanchez right now, former Cowboy Mark Sanchez right now. Give him your energy.
The GOAT, huh?
Sorry, give him your energy.
Before we get this thing all the way popping, man, is your show live like 95 right now at the moment?
Let me click up in here, man. My people here, man.
They there.
We got Manny up in here. We got Chris, Shane, Mike's Meticulous Details podcast with Sadney, Cash, Juan, Greg the Saints fan. What's up, Greg? Samoan Cowboy, Andre, Coach Evans up here. Yeah, we lit up here. We lit on my side too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Dan. So that's cool. So we got all hands on deck, man. So let's just go ahead and talk about the fact that we had a victory Friday, and then I just went on ahead and made it a victory Monday as well. So talk to me about those 2 victories that we had it recently. You know, we just beat
it's victory all week till we play the next game. Law. We ain't gotta worry about playing or nothing like that. We don't have to be focused. The players got to move on after 24 hours. I'm talking mess all week. I dropped 5 film sessions. I want to keep breaking this thing down, man. After a win like that, though, man, can I just reach out to Saints fans to tell y'all to stop real quick? I think I'm being way more humble than I should be. I think as a whole, Cowboys fans are way more humble than we should be. On my live stream, I said, man, this win is sweeter than any trash talk I can give any Saints fan. That's real talk. But I see some Saints people. I'm looking at some Saints YouTubers, some fans, some shows, and they saying things like, "Oh boy, Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees." I wonder why. They say Mike Thomas wasn't Mike Thomas. I wonder why. Alvin Kamara didn't do his thing. I wonder why. I even heard. I saw a Saints fan have the gumption to say, "Law." They had the gumption to say, "Law." Oh, it was a Thursday night game. We wasn't in our right mojo. Damn it, the Cowboys played the same Thanksgiving Sunday the Saints played. That we met up the same exact amount of days the next daggum week. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. Take it and move on, man.
Yeah, just take that L and hold it tight, man. They are in a good situation anyway, so why they just can't just chill and relax and just take the L, man?
I flat out feel like I'm being way more humble than I should be. Man. I call my uncle. He's an old school Cowboys fan. I call my uncle every time he answers the phone. He's singing some song related to the Cowboys. He's singing "We them boys." I call another time. He go, "The boys are back in town." Like he's celebrating. He's talking his talk. We keeping it business. We keeping it G-Law. But they still feeling the need to bombard us with excuses. They coming on my show. It's a Cowboys film session. Saints coming on my show talking about, well, y'all not going to do that in the playoffs. Shut up.
Yes, indeed. So, and then Michael Thomas, although he is a Thomas, he's still crying. Did you hear what he had to say about Jordan Hip Pocket?
What'd he say?
Man, he said, hey, all that bumping the gums you talking about, you only played 8 plays. You need to be worried about saving those checks because when that rookie contract is up, you gonna be out in the street. So I'm out here making history. You out there just getting 8 plays a game, basically.
I bet you Byron Jones ain't get 8 plays a game, did he? Shut your face. Shut your face. Hell wrong with Mike. Look, Mike Thomas was normally like a quiet guy. He kept to himself. He didn't talk. We made that man a diva. How did we make Mike Thomas a diva?
Man, when you got Drew Brees throwing you the ball, bruh.
Look, man. I had no fear of Mike Thomas, man. We've dealt with better players all year. We ran into Odell Beckham. We ran into that daggum crew the Lions got. We ran into Nuke Hopkins. You know what I'm saying?
Hopkins, boy, that boy. Whose concentration, focus on the ball, those strong hands, he can pull it in, got deceptive speed. Yeah, that Hopkins, yeah.
Julio Jones, I have no fear of Mike Thomas, man, but it is what it is, man. You can arguably say that Jordan Lewis had the biggest responsibility of the game, because the more I watch film, the more it made sense to me that if our defense is going to get pressure, it's going to cause errant throws from Drew Brees. Drew Brees is he's a machine. He's a creature of habit, and the right thing for a quarterback to do is if he gets pressure, you look for your safety valve, look for your dump off. That's Alvin Kamara. It just happens we had Jordan Lewis on Alvin Kamara, so you put our pass rush to make him check down. Jordan is right there. Of course, Michael Thomas will be upset. We pretty much lined it up for you nicely, man. Let them talk, man. Let them fly, man. They the ones hurting, not us.
Shout out to Sips the Truth, man. He said, "What's up, Lau?" And Voch, he talking about from Indianola, the Delta area. You know how that goes, man. And
what's up, Mississippi? I actually got a super chat from David Alexander, because he the GOAT. He probably gonna be on your show in 30 seconds, showing you some love too. He's saying maybe Eagles win. Redskins done with butt fumble Sanchez. I feel you, Dave.
I don't know. That game's kind of sort of tight. It's 13-14 right now. So the Eagles looking like they're trash right now. Look like them, to me though.
I want them to play their poor little hearts out, then they're gonna walk into Dallas and it's just gonna be. I ain't tripping on no daggone
buzzsaw, huh? But we can't speak like that yet. We humble. We gonna eat. We gonna eat this a little humble pie all the way throughout. We got 4 more games left to go. All we got to do is take what's in front of us and win those games and meet the challenge and things like that.
Absolutely. It kind of doesn't matter who wins tonight, because at the end of the day, I do feel like we can take care of business versus the Eagles. But I think our offense is only going to get more and more efficient. People don't think that Dak Prescott is capable. I went back to watch film on our offensive line, Law. I get busy with offensive line. I get busy. And, man, there's no way we can fully expect Dak Prescott to lead this daggone football team with the performance that they gave us. But, Law, let me say this. Not only did we beat the New Orleans Saints, the most balanced team in the National Football League, in my opinion. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, they play great defense, great offensive line across the board. They're pretty damn good. Not only did we beat the Saints, but we beat them with 3 replacements on our offensive line. I'm gonna go ahead and call Joe Looney a starter, because Travis out for the year. This is Joe's team now, but basically 3 guys down on the offensive line. We're gonna get Tyron back. That's gonna be a little better. Sean Lee was out. David Irvin was out. The offensive line, they played terribly, but we overcame that, and we were good enough to hold the Saints to 10 points and to score 13 on them. So if we run into them again, I would imagine that we would be a better team, assuming that we're going to be more healthy than we are now. So what the Saints fans do what y'all got to do to make yourself feel better about this, man. But whenever we play you again, we'll just play you again.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, moving a little bit further on to this the next game we're going to play the Eagles. And if we say anything about the Eagles, what are our reservations about the Eagles, man? What do we need to do about the Eagles, man? How should we play them? How should we attack them and things like that?
On my channel, and it's probably going to flood my chat box in a second. There's 2 things you got to do to run the zone effectively. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to start with running the ball. If we can run the ball on the Eagles, I'm sure we can throw the ball against the Eagles. We know Ronald Darby ain't playing because Cooper basically took him out the game. He tore his ACL. I don't wish injury on nobody, but it did happen. So we know that we don't have to deal with Ronald Darby on the next game, or whatever. So I think our wide receivers are going to be fine. But as far as the run game, though, as I look at my chat box, Jahan Jordan, he said it. We got to block the mic and we got to take care of A gap. That's all we got to do. We take care of A gap, block the mic, we'll be good to go. It just happens sometimes Fletcher Cox is in A gap. So that's the big fight there. But if we can take care of that and block the Mike linebacker, we should be able to run the ball. We do that play action to be there, throwing the ball to be there, defense do what you've been doing, and good to go.
No doubt. So we do that, then we win the game. So what about
Can I say something? Can I say something? Just another, and I don't even want to jinx us like that because I'm not really superstitious. I'm more so if you line up and play, good things happen. But I'm not superstitious. But every single year, really, it's never the best team that wins the Super Bowl. It's the hot team, the team that figures it out towards the end. It's the team that plays the best defense, the team that can run the daggone football. I ain't saying nothing, Law.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying nothing. But most of the teams that win the daggone Super Bowl, they make all their mistakes early. They make them all early. Then they play great defense, and they for the most part play mistake free. The more the season goes on, Law, we have at least 4 games left. At the most, we got 8. You think the Cowboys can run the ball and play defense and Dak not turn the daggone football over for 8 more games, Law? You think we hot enough to get this done, Law? You think we can travel with that formula, with that team formula, Law? You think we can get that done, man?
Yes, indeed. I think we can get that done, man. Look, I done had to put myself in the studio. But yes, indeed, we can get that done, man. It's all possible. All we got to do is just take one play at a time. And with Dak Prescott, every single game, guess what he's doing? He's developing. A lot of people want Dak Prescott to be the Dak Prescott of, I guess you can say this, of a Tom Brady now, They don't want to be patient, man.
It's a lot of Cowboys fans that don't feel like we can win the Super Bowl with Dak. But Dak the Eagles won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You play defense and run the football. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Something I think we absolutely need to fix, though. We need to get better on the offensive line. We don't have to have 5 Pro Bowlers across the front because we beat the Saints playing terribly. We just have to be a little better than what we are, just a little better. I know half of that is going to be Tyron Smith coming back. Cool. I just need Tyron for 8 more games. That's all, Tyron. I need, if you can give me 8 games, I promise I won't ask you for nothing else, Tyron. Boy, I won't ask Tyron Smith for nothing else a week if I get 8 games from him. Sean Lee, I kind of don't want to play him until like week 17. Honestly, I don't want Sean Lee to stay healthy for 8 games. I want him healthy for like 5. We put him in week 17 to keep him fresh, then we play him in the playoffs. I don't want Cowboys fans to just flat out be like Leighton Vander Esch is great. Let's get rid of Sean Lee. I don't want us to do that because sure, Leighton's playing great, but it's not like Sean Lee is playing bad. Sean Lee just lays down and says ouch. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get rid of Sean Lee. He's still one of the better linebackers in the league. No, man, you keep that dude moving. You keep that defense fresh. Jordan Lewis, man, we're 1 cornerback injury away from putting Jordan Lewis in. We got depth at that spot. We got depth at D-line. I feel good about these people, Law.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Shout out to David Alexander. He also made a donation to help grow the nation over here at the Law Nation page, man. Shout out. I call him David Alexander the Great. He said Eagles look like Schmeagles and trashy. That's what he's saying what the Eagles look like, but it is.
I hate to hop on your show and filibuster and not let you talk, but man, I can feel it, man. Can you not feel it in the air? Can you feel it?
Man, I don't want to mention that word, man. I just the way I look at this team is all we need is a fighting chance. You know, if we can get into the ring and we can get those puncher chances, if we can get there to the dance, then maybe something can shake a loose. This team, from what we can see, finally this year alone, we winning at home, right? We winning at home, and then all of a sudden, we're winning on the road. Man, this team, man, I can't say much more about this team.
See, you superstitious.
I am. You know.
I don't believe in jinxing, damn it. I think if we line up and play, everything gonna be all right. I don't care nothing about jinxing. I don't care nothing about that.
Look. Last year we was on the road of winning, right? And I said, you know what? Let me go and cut my beard. I cut my beard off.
Why would you do
we
that?
started losing. And I said, you know what? I'm the reason why the Cowboys didn't go to the playoff last year because I cut my beard off. So ever since then, I said, you know, I'm going to keep this beard growing, you know.
You know how many other millions of daggum superstitious people there are? You know how many more million people that wear two left shoes every Sunday because the Cowboys won that one time they did it? Well, you know how many doggone people only eat broccoli on Sunday because the Cowboys win every Sunday they eat broccoli? Come on, Lord, don't be like that.
It is what it is, man. Shout out to y'all, man, that's in the chat box, man, and everywhere around, especially we live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and as well as Voch Lombardi's page. Hey, guys, hit that like button, share this content. This is how we grow. So just hit that like button. If you like what you hear, you like what you're seeing, just hit that like button, share this content. I hate to just bag that on you guys, but hit the like button, share this content, man. Join the notification squad.
We need that. We need all that. What else we got on the docket, Law?
Man, we got this thing right here, man, that I really want to impose on everybody. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go out there and be a part of it, but if you really want to be a part of it, let me know because we're going to be mixing and mingling with. Have you ever heard of Drew Pearson, Voch?
I was born in '92, but I've done a lot of research and I have 100% heard of Super Bowl wide receiver Drew Pearson. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he called himself, and he do deserve to say this. He is the original. Not a placebo or anything like that. He is the original, the first one to step out there with the 88, you know, and he don't sugarcoat Nathan. He gonna give you the truth. He's not gonna say, "Oh, the team need to do this." No, he's gonna give you the truth. Facts. So we got an opportunity to meet with him this weekend. You know what I mean? So it's called Cowboys Experience, and that's where we can meet and greet former and current NFL players. I think as well as we're going to have Travis Frederick.
We're having Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Jeff Heath. There's also a possible mystery guest. I don't like lying to y'all, man. It may or may not be Michael Gallup. It just ain't guaranteed, so we call him a mystery guest, but it may or may not be Michael Gallup. Now we ain't guaranteeing he's gonna be there. That's why he's the mystery guy. But if we can get him there, it'll be Michael Gallup if we can get him there. But this ain't just a normal Cowboys XP type of deal, right? This is the super media row version of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's Cowboys XP plus it's all your favorite Dallas Cowboys YouTubers. We know y'all are extremely woke. Y'all watch us. We like to make fun of the 80%, but 80%ers really don't watch our shows like that because if they did, they would be more informed, which they wouldn't be 80%ers anymore. We feel like people that watch us are very informed about the Cowboys and what we do here. So we're having this super Cowboys meet and greet. Voch gonna be there, and I said my name first because that's how I feel. I'm grandiose Voch right now. Law Nation gonna be there. Big Game James, producer G, DDP from Dallas Prospect, Mark Holmes, Cowboy Joe Boo gonna be there. Tyson West Coast gonna be there. It's gonna be this super conglomerate of Dallas Cowboys YouTubers. You always wanted me. I always hear y'all talk about, man, boy, I would love to meet y'all in real life and just kind of ask y'all some questions, just shake y'all hand, dap it up, cool out with your meet and greet. Well, you have an opportunity to get us all in one place, all at the same time. Voch from Natchez, Mississippi. Mark Holmes way up there in the east in daggum Virginia somewhere. Tyson West Coast is on the West Coast. Law Nation in Dallas. And we're going to meet up to get this thing going. We're going to meet up to figure this daggum thing out. And this y'all time. This y'all time. The football season running out, and we running out of opportunities to get us all in one same place at the same time. Let's get together and figure this thing out. The super Dallas Cowboy YouTuber Media Row joint plus Travis Frederick and Zach Martin and Michael Gallup gonna be there, and possibly Michael Gallup,
Your son.
my son. Question mark. Plus Drew Pearson. Plus Too Tall John. All kind of stuff to do.
Lincoln Coleman.
Lincoln Coleman. I was born in '92.
Yeah.
Back up running back, right? Back up running back.
Back up running back. Yes, but it's all a part of the thing, man. That's why we call it the nation. You know, everybody, Cowboy Nation. We come from all walks of life and all from different genres and creeds, whatever you want to put it together. We
I'm
just
26.
here. You
26.
You 26.
I'm younger than all of them. But we all gonna meet up for the same cause and the same, the same purpose and you know what I'm saying, movement and all that. So Lord, tell the people how they can tune into this meet and greet, this Cowboys meet and greet. We also doing a live stream from the Gaylord Texas Hotel, right?
Right, we're gonna be there live like 95 at the Gaylord. So we wanna just shake y'all hands and y'all get out there. And we're gonna talk to real, man. There's no sugarcoating around here. You guys know that when Big Game James get out there, he talked to real. DC Scouting, he talked to real. Voch, you already know how you get in there. I wish a Courier would be there. You know, Courier. You know, I wish he could come on down. He lives in Philly though, so he's not able to make it. But maybe one day we can get him all into the mix. We have this mega round table. Mark Holmes, he's going to be there. Him and Joe Boo, this is going to be all up in the mix. So.
I just honestly feel like I'm just gonna be on that stage screaming at everybody but Law Nation. I honestly feel like I'm just gonna scream at everybody but Law Nation because me, I don't even want to say me and Law get along, but Law really don't pick a side. Law is on y'all side. Law is on the people's side. Everybody else, I'm just gonna scream at. I'm just gonna scream at everybody. But
yes, indeed. I never lost a debate, right? I never lost an argument because I'm always gonna. And I'm gonna put you on the. I'm gonna put Voch Lombardi. Hey, this is gonna be like a little bid for me. I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. I'm gonna be like, hey, Travis Frederick, man, I like the beard, man. What you putting on the beard? Oh, by the way, I got Voch Lombardi right here, man. He loves the party, man. Let me talk to you. Let me introduce you to him right quick. You know.
I'm just saying something. Law Nation is low key genius. This is what he does. He steps out in front. He's seen. It's like he's the big boss here. He got his little corduroy blazer jacket on. He looks official. He asks one question. He calls Voch Lombardi and asks 5. At the end of the day, everybody shake Law Nation head. He gets all the damn credit. That's what Law Nation does. Law's a genius.
They gonna cut me the check and they gonna say, "Oh man, all the rest I'll just play with you."
Security, get this other guy out of here.
My son works.
Put him in trouble.
He said, "What is this? It's a picture." Hey man, let's talk about this Marvel, man.
It's a photograph. Way it works. Yeah, man, the daggum Captain Marvel joint just dropped. I wasn't through it, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to spend too much time on it, but yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with it. And I don't even want to make it seem like the movie gonna be trash. I don't know. But it's like I got so much in my body for Infinity War. Man, I got so much in my body for Infinity War that I'm just kind of ready for that to get going. You know what I'm saying? Like Captain Marvel is gonna exist, sure, but man, what about Game of Thrones in April though? What about Infinity War 4? I mean, what about 4? You know what I'm saying? The Avengers 4. I ain't really worried about the Captain Marvel movie. So I look at the trailer. I'm like, okay, cool. Sell me on this. And honestly, I was more excited for the live action trailer of the cartoon movie based in the jungle that I've seen for 20 years. That's the Lion King, basically. I was more excited for the Lion King trailer.
Who you are. You are my son, the one true
king. Listen, Law Nation Earl Jones. All that. But yeah, man, I wasn't excited.
It was at Simba. You deliberately disobeyed me. But Dad, I wanted to be brave. Son, being brave. I'm telling y'all, that Lion King movie gonna go hard, man. I'm gonna be at the movies with my ticket,
Yes.
I'm gonna hold the ticket. I'm not even gonna rip it or anything. I'm just gonna hold the ticket, and I'm gonna be like at the movie, one of those IMAX theaters with the
This is the bad
seat
part
that you can
about
lay
law.
back and kick back.
This this is the bad part about law. Law got a daughter and a wife. He not going with them. Law going by his damn self.
Amen. I'm gonna
Going to
be.
the Lion King by himself.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, man, who that is, man? They're gonna try to stop me and flag me down and be like, look, man, James Harden in this movie. I'm like, nah, I'm not James Harden. I'm 8 years older than him,
Damn, law. Man, all right.
Yes, indeed. They said, this is the thing. I got a question over here. I got a football question. He says, Bo Kilgrove, I think that's how you say your name. He said, can you guys please discuss the future of Jeff Heath and what would he need to do, or what we need to do to look into the draft? I know it's a long time away from here, but what are we going to do with Jeff Heath, basically going forward?
Pay Jeff Heath. Pay Jeff Heath.
You gonna pay the man?
This is my notion too. Like, Jeff not gonna get the whole bag. He's not gonna ask for it. Cool. But Jeff Heath in our system is just damn fine. I think we underrate Jeff Heath sometimes. That he's a safety that can play both. He can play back, speed, range. He can play forward, box, tackle. This was a notion of mine, Law. When everybody was hating Jeff Heath, including me, but when everybody was hating Jeff Heath, one day I sat back and I was like, every time I see Jeff Heath get beat for a play, Brandon Carr in front of him clapping, cussing, mad at himself for, letting somebody run past me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I wonder how much better Jeff Heath would be if we had better corners. We've only called Jeff Heath name one time this year. And that was in Atlanta. And shucks, if you're gonna get your name called in Atlanta. Those are three good receivers in Atlanta, high flying offense in Atlanta. So if we're gonna call Jeff Heath name, Atlanta would be a great time to call it. So if you think about Jeff, right, he's a player that can play. He can absolutely do what we're asking him to do. He's not gonna break the bank. He play all special teams, not a diva. Play all special teams. Free and strong safety, very complimentary of what he does. I'm not trying to spend a draft pick on some new safety. I'm trying to fix my offensive line. I'm trying to continue to bolster my defensive fronts. So we can't pay everybody. D-Law gonna get some bread, big bread. Byron gonna get some big bread. Both our linebackers, right? Guys like Malik Collins gonna have to be replaced. Guys like, unfortunately, unless Antoine Woods takes some real cheap bread, and which guys like Antoine Woods, guys like Randy Gregory, we drafted Taco Endurance. Randy may not be around. Who knows? And look, I'm not saying cut Randy Gregory or nothing like that because of the two penalties, versus the Saints. I love Randy Gregory. I just don't think we're gonna pay big money to D-Law and big money to Randy. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Now, over the next 8 weeks, if Randy busts out this thing with 12 sacks, he just made it real hard for us. But anyway, on our defense, some guys got to go, some guys can stay. Guys like Anthony Brown probably gonna get replaced. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that we got to look forward to. So opposed to, I'm not trying to draft a guy to replace somebody that can start and play right now. I'm trying to draft a guy that we can bring in and groom, so when it's time to move people out, like potentially Malik Collins or potentially Antoine Woods, potentially one of those guys. When we start to move people out, they can step directly in and keep the money stream flowing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. That seems like the deal right there. And I was saying that too with Jeff Heath. Think about this, guys. When the Seattle Seahawks scored their big play, Jeff Heath was out. He wasn't in the game. And when the Detroit Lions, when they scored their two big plays or what have you, Jeff Heath was out. So I mean, or he was like had to step out for a second, I believe. So the only thing that I can say what the Cowboys might do when they pick up Earl, because I think that's the destination of Earl right now. But to me personally, why would you get rid of? How old is Jeff Heath? Somebody put that in the chat box, man.
26, I'm guessing.
He's your age, okay.
Damn,
Dang,
don't say
boy.
it like that,
He your
Lord.
age, man. Y'all young, boy. Y'all young.
What am I doing with my life?
Yes, indeed, man. So with that being said, I know Earl Thomas. He's young too, but I'm about 5 years, 6 years older than Earl. So, uh,
Earl young, but he's getting old to be chasing and tackling people.
hmm
Say
so
that.
so he's getting too a little long in the tooth, and we really don't know how that's going to transpire. Especially since the Seattle Seahawks was winning, even when he's not even out there. That price tag.
Uh the Seahawks need to go ahead and move on from Earl anyway. Earl and already shot the middle finger from the daggum cart going to the locker room. It's over with now. It's done. Honestly, I don't think it'll be a terrible idea if Earl doesn't end up going to Dallas. Like if Earl ends up playing like Arizona or something, I wouldn't be totally surprised. Um, it's a nice notion to think that adding Earl Thomas would just put this thing over the edge. But damn, we've been quite fine with Jeff Heath. Let's put those resources in other places. I'm Voch. I've been having the same damn tone since week one. Juan Wick. If you watch all my shows, Juan Wick, I've been trying to get rid of Lael since week one, or at least not have him at right tackle. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that we could possibly do in the draft. I'm not draft Voch right now. I'm full blown Cowboy Voch, so I can't really give you a lot of draft thoughts right this second. But I ain't trying to get a safety. I'm not trying to get a tight end either. Honestly.
No doubt, no doubt, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat box that's saying that Jeff Heath is 27. They say Wikipedia says he's 27. So shout out to him. He's 27. So with that as well, you said you're not big on the draft. There's one guy that you talked about the other day, and I was jumping in on your show. His name is D-Law.
I thought you were talking about Quentin Williams. I thought you were talking about that kid.
Yeah, we don't have a chance to get him, don't we?
We have no look. Boy, a lot of weed gonna have to fall out his pocket for us to get. Boy, he gonna have to be at the combine, and a pound of weed is gonna have to fall out of his daggone workout shorts for us to get Quentin Williams. And not only that, but when they put the camera on him and say, "What is this?" He gonna have to be. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I was smoking. I'm gonna keep smoking. I'm not gonna stop smoking. I am a detriment to your franchise. Don't draft me." He gonna have to say that. Then maybe the Cowboys got a chance to draft him in the second round. Boy, Quentin Williams is going to be gone by the time we on that.
Yes, indeed. So there may be an angle that we can go with because you always want to better your best in the draft. You always want to get somebody that you can put in and plug in on that line. But
if I can put D-line into perspective a little bit, I think that can kind of that'll kind of just help this whole conversation out a little bit. We could be looking at D-line in draft because we normally take the best guys that fit us, and in this draft there's a lot of D linemen. If you think back to the 2016 draft, Taco Charter, right? If you think back to the 2016 draft, the reason we drafted Taco in the first round because the mindset was, okay, we need defensive end, we need cornerback, but it's 1,000 cornerbacks. So let's get the defensive end now because they about to run out, and we'll just get a cornerback in the second and third. And it worked out. Cheeto in the second, Jordan in the third. It's about that number of starting defensive tackles in this draft coming up. So if you think about the eighth best guy, and that'll be like Demontre Jones versus he plays tackle for like Ohio State, right? If you think about him, he can come into Dallas and start. He'll possibly be a third round guy. And it's early, and some people looking at him like, no, Voch, he's very talented. He's a first round guy. I agree, he's very talented. But if you look at the guys in front of him, you look at Quentin Williams, you look at Ed Oliver, Christian Wilkins, your guy Dexter Lawrence. You look at Justin Simmons from Mississippi State. You look at the kids in Georgia, the kid from Kentucky, Raekwon Davis, the guy that plays right next to Quentin Williams in Alabama. You got all these defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Demontre John, he may just end up being the eighth best guy. But if he was in any other draft, he'll be top 2, top 3 guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can find a talented defensive lineman in the second or the third round. You somebody hold this clip and timestamp it and come back in draft season. Come back in April, see if I got this one right.
Yes, indeed. And guys, we didn't just start talking about the draft talk by by chance. That's what Voch Lombardi do, man. That boy knows the draft. So speaking of this, man, this is how everything comes into play. We got Cowboys experience. We need for each and every last one of you guys to come out there and show up for the event. It's pretty much from here. The event ticket is normally like $95 and beyond. But we got you guys at the door. All you have to do is just mention, hey, man, I'm here because of Voch, man. I heard him on the radio. I heard him on the YouTubes. I heard him on the podcast. I heard him, on Facebook or what have you. And I just want to be able to show you guys, some love. So I'm here for the event on Saturday at Lava Cantino. It's in Plano, Texas. So all you got to do is click the link that's in the description box on my Facebook page if you're on there. And if you're at the YouTube's world, just click the link. And then what we're going to do is just once this video has been posted, we'll put it in the comment section so that you guys can just get to the event. And instead of you paying $95 and beyond, guess how much it is, Voch?
How much it is, Doc?
A dub.
We'll let you in for a smooth dub, Doc. So just think about everything you getting for a dub. You meet us.
Mm-hmm.
You meet the players.
Mm-hmm.
You meet the Cowboy legends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a cool little lick, man. Now look, don't get me wrong. If y'all want to spend the 95 and get the super autograph packages, and you get to meet Too Tall Jones, and you want to do the tailgate party, and you want the hotel, and you want the Miller Lite Club and the game of the seats, cool. You can do that if you would like.
Mm-hmm. We're not stopping you from doing
We're not
that.
stopping you. But if you just want to, chop it up with the YouTubers, man, we can do that for you. We can, I know the back door. Me and Law know where the back door is.
Come on in, bro. Come on in. Because we got some Super Bowl replicate trophies that you can take pictures with. They the actual Super Bowl trophies. So when you pick it up, it ain't no little paperweight. That thing is heavy. And also you get a chance to do the photo op. You can be like, hey, I took a picture with, such and such, Travis Frederick and Voch Lombardi. Fourth, fifth son, that's out there too,
Which is just as important. A damn picture with Voch Lombardi is just as dope as a picture with Travis Frederick.
Oh yeah. And then on top of that, what else we got in this thing? You get a book too. We giving you guys books.
9 Emmitt Smith joint, Law. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them about the Emmitt Smith joint.
Yeah. Now it's a book full of high-looking photos in there. There's not a lot of read action in there, but it's a nice sized book. It's like a mini little excerpt of Emmitt Smith's career. So you got a chance to be able to just be into the mix and get that book for free $99. And then on top of that, you can enjoy yourself. We're going to have some nice little music. And then also we're going to have some Cowboys cheerleaders there too. So if you want to, groove with the cheerleaders, if you like that, you like to, see the cheerleaders and get close to the action there, you can be there too. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Huh? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. We hold it down there, man. Come out there and say what's up.
Yes, indeed. And we're gonna have some dancing music. So if you got the ones and twos, and you get out there and tap dance, moonwalk, and all that stuff, I like to see what the feet look like, man. See if y'all can really dance and cut a rug.
I think I'm breaking up. Is my line breaking up for you?
Man, it probably be on my end. This mic right here is picking up too much, I guess, sound. Let me see if I can tune my deal down. Can you say something to see if they can hear you good on this end?
Say something to make sure they can hear you good over here. Ooh, say something.
You're listening to the sweet mellows of Voch Lombardi. Yes, indeed, man. All right, so let me see, man. What you got questioning wise over there on your end?
I actually just got the bang on my phone. It's probably been there, but I just checked it. Colt McCoy is out for the season, just like Alex Smith is out for the season. Mark Sanchez is going to be the guy for the next 4 games or whatever. So we don't wish injury on nobody. We hope Colt McCoy and Alex Smith heal up just fine. But in football, they don't really feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a playoff team fighting to get in, the Panthers, they see Mark Sanchez there. You know what I'm saying? So just giving y'all, just kind of what's going on with the whole injury update on that. So anyway, but if y'all have any questions, if y'all got some questions for me and Law Nation, we'll ask. We probably ain't gonna set the phones up. We'll probably do it on my show. Hey, something else I feel like doing. I feel
Go
like
ahead.
doing a Voch's Voice podcast after this. Voch's Voice is my non-football joint, so I'll keep streaming. Well, I'll shut it down, then I'll restream it or whatever. I want to talk a little music tonight, not hip hop. Talk a little music. I'm gonna get into some Blue Eyed Soul tonight. White Boys with Soul. So we're gonna run a little bit of that for the cardio after this show. We probably gonna do this for another 30 or so, or whatever. And but yeah, come through and we'll just do that.
Come through, come through. The score right now is 25-13. Filthy is winning, and of course they at home or what have you. So it looks good for them to beat the Washington team with Sanchez out
Tyrone
there. Yeah.
Tyrone Church said, "How you feel about X Woods and his progress?"
I mean, as long as I don't hear his name, I mean he's doing a good job. You rarely hear his name. I do know that he had an interception, I guess, in previous weeks, but he's doing a good job. I don't hear his name, so that's good, to me.
I'll give you another one, solid Law.
Go ahead.
I've seen this man make range plays. I've seen him make IQ plays, and I've seen him lay some wood. In the Saints game, the kid went down the seam, caught the ball, X hit him, and he made him fumble. Now, granted, that that fumble ended up being a first down for them because Michael Thomas came out the end zone and jumped on it. But man, I kind of like Xavier Woods' skill set, and maybe in this system we don't need top tier safeties. Maybe we just need guys with range IQ and that can tackle in the run game, and everybody else just kind of, do their thing. When you go back and watch Breeze, it's not like Breeze was like making mistakes here because the Saints offensive line did a pretty decent job of blocking us for the most part. Like we had our own plays, but they did a pretty good job of blocking us for the most part. But man, Breeze had time. Breeze had time to get the ball out, and we were just on the receivers. Like we were just right there with them. Besides Michael Thomas, they ain't really got talent. Talented guys at receiver or whatever. So it was interesting to see how our DBs play. Let me ask you this: which unit do you think is playing the best right now? I know a lot of people are kind of are kind of enamored with Vandy and Jalen, but I think the DBs ain't really getting enough credit. Young Byron and the rest of those guys, man. And then like D Law doing this thing, man. We kind of got a gangster at every level of the defense. Which unit you liking the most, Law?
Yeah, I'm kind of liking the. I like the front four, what they doing collectively. But then the first thing that I'm seeing that jumping out to me is this linebacking core. They handle in the middle of the field. You got 4 sacks by Jalen Smith. You got 2 or 3 interceptions by Leighton. So I believe that middle core, those linebackers, those two right there are doing their job, especially in this cover 2 defense. Whereas I always say the middle of the field is always the weakness of a cover 2, the slants, the seam routes, and they just doing a good job of just taking care of that. Of course, when I look at the film, I've seen. By them playing a sound game, you see AB. I gave it. I went on ahead and said, I see an AB playing well, and I also see Byron Jones doing his deal. Now, the only person that we had our reservations on all throughout the season has been number 24, and that's my brother. That's my guy right there, man. But he's coming along pretty well, and then on top of that, he's not giving you anything. Every pass that was caught on him has always been like this.
Cheeto's only his only thing is that he just got to find the ball. He's in great position every time, but he just has to get better at attacking, and that's cool. He's a young corner. He basically didn't even play much last year. He's still kind of getting his legs under him. Took Byron a couple years, what I'm saying, before we really started, calling him nasty. But as far as Cheeto, man, Cheeto he'll be good to go. It's encouraging to know that he just ain't here. He ain't out here getting smoked. I mean, at least he's making guys fight for every pass, and that's really what the big teaching point is if we're gonna talk to the corners, we're like, hey man, make them fight. make them fight for every pass.
No
Something
doubt.
I was noticing when I was watching film though, is we do a lot of hybrid looks. We do a lot of looks to where we'll put our outside guys in man, but we'll run zone in the middle. And why that's interesting is it's normal, like if you're gonna do that, boom, 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 three linebackers, they just gonna run hook and curl or whatever. But we run a lot of nickel. You know what I mean? So your linebackers are running hook and curl, and normally if your two outside corners are playing man, then normally AB supposed to be playing man with them. But I noticed they let AB play at a little bit of depth.
They do.
And what I notice is when AB keep everything in front of him, he's so much better. Now those outside guys, they're able to play with their back turn to the quarterback. They're able to chase guys around, then get their head around, boom, boom, boom. But if he's just square, he sees everything in front of him, and you just happen to go in his space, he got to run with you. As long as he's square looking at the quarterback, he's good to go. It's good to go. He's made some of the most plays I've ever seen him make in a long time because he was able to keep things in front of him. And now it makes sense why he was so great that first year. Because we played nothing but cover 3 that first year. Nothing.
Yes.
At some point we transitioned to a man team, then AB kind of started getting beat a little bit. I'm like, damn, why is AB getting beat a lot? Because he got to turn his back to the ball. When AB was playing cover 3 and all he did was bail and keep things in front of him, that's when AB was playing nasty. Makes a little more sense.
Yes, indeed, it does, man. And shout out to Calvin Williamson for making the donation to help grow the nation. He says this right here, Voch. He said, with the replicate Super Bowls, will there be a replicate ring as well? There is one guy that's out there who do allow you to take pictures with his ring, but it's a caveat. It's a caveat. This is the thing. You have to be a child or something, because Drew Pearson normally takes his Super Bowl ring off and he let the kid, hold the ring or what have you. So I don't think he will let a grown man, hold his ring. But outside of that, man, Drew Pearson, man, he's a very, very humble guy. So if you come out to the event, just hit us up and we will see what we can do as far as getting you the pictures with the replicate Super Bowls.
Hey man, trophies. If you take the ring and run with it, we're gonna make Jeff Heath chase you.
Oh yeah, and I don't think you can hold on Jeff.
He gonna hold you down till Zach Martin get there, and he's gonna have a bad day.
And we was talking about before I gave Calvin a quick little plug shout out, man. I appreciate you, Calvin, for what you're doing for the nation, man, for making the donation though. We was talking about AB out in space, playing what's in front of him. I like that. I looked at his film. I did a film session on him, broke it down, and the way he flies in pursuit to the ball. And then to me, when I'm seeing him out there, of course, you got the front four that's doing their job, and he already know that Jalen and LVE is doing theirs. I think, like you said, AB, when he knows for sure he got the backside help, and all he got to do is just worry about the one side of the field he's on. Boy, fast too. He's good. He's doing the job.
He's a 4-4 guy.
Yes, indeed. He's fast. And hey, so a lot of people was asking me all this week what to do with Sean Lee, and I said in a perfect world, you'll keep Sean Lee at weak side. You'll slide LVE as a Mike, and you'll move Jalen as the Sam, and you'll just play out of the base formation. I think you were saying that all through the off season as well.
This is the problem, though. This the problem, though, Log. And you know what? This is why I don't really like to answer people's questions when things first happen, because they like to go back and, well, Voch, you said this. I'm like, look, it was this one cat in my comment section, like, you hated Nathan Van Der Esch. I'm like, I said that. Then I make him told me. I say, what I say? He said, well, he's soft and that he not and he can't play Mike. And if I say, fam, if you learn how to do this and that, he'll be fine, right? If you learn how to do this and that, he'll be fine. But all he saw was me upset that we drafted Leighton Vander Esch. I love Harold.
Hold on, Voch. Let me stop you from right here, though.
What's up?
It was me, and I'm gonna say it. It was me, Mark. Who else was with us? DDP. And Big Game James, We were the ones that said, "Oh, Leighton Vander Esch," and you was cool, calm, and collected. You're like, "Nah, it'll work out," because when he get his man body into shape, and then also when when you call him at that time, when Papa Rod Marinelli gets a hold to him, he gonna be all right. Y'all gonna. I remember the video, so. You was the only one that was cool, calm, and collected. Everybody else was like, Leighton Vander trash. I can't stand him. Well, we should have moved up and got Derwin Trinidad James. We should have got the other kid that went to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the inside, the Samoan, whatever his name. The guy, I forgot his name. Vita Vea. Or we should have got Will Hernandez. That was the other guy that you really, really wanted. So, but outside of that, that's where we was at. I was on the deal with, hey, we should trade up and get Derwin James. I wanted him.
Let me say this about Vander Esch, and then I answer your question about what to do with Lee. I don't want people to think that Vander Esch is doing something brand new with the position. He's transcending how we play linebacker here. Vander Esch is doing a good job of taking his lemons and putting his lemonade together. He's not creating a lemonade machine. He's not creating peach limeades from Sonic. He is simply doing a great job of not ruining the lemonade. Let me explain.
Shout out to Ocean Water, though.
Absolutely. And this is going to further, answer the question you just asked me. Coaching staff don't really get a lot of credit here. When things go bad, we blame Jason Garrett for everything. When things go right, we give everybody but Jason Garrett the credit. When we brought in Vander Esch, everybody wanted him to be the Mike.
Right.
Vander Esch can't play Mike. But
hold on, before you go, he just got the prototypical size. When you look at him, 6'4.5", he look like a Mike. That's what it is. Go ahead.
He's a big old boy. And if you draft somebody that early, there's just this cachet that comes along with, he's going to lead your defense. He's going to be like linebacker, Ray Lewis. That's what that is. Vander Esch ain't really, and I don't want to sound like a hater when I say this because he's playing great. But all Vander Esch got to do is make his reads, see his keys, and run to the football. Vander Esch
don't have to shoot no gaps. Go ahead.
He don't have to evolve, because if he plays Mike linebacker, he got to deal with pullers and fullbacks and tight ends. He don't have to learn how to deal with guys. Now he's learned how to do a little better dealing with guys, but he'll still show shades of old Vander Esch, right? But his job at will linebacker, he's got to read from front to back, offensive line to backfield, and he has to run either left or run right. Make a tackle. That's all Vander Esch got to do. He just happens to be doing a great damn job at that. Here's the problem. Well, it's not really a problem because in our defense, that's what the linebacker does. That's why Sean Lee is nasty sauce. Mm-hmm. The problem is you can't move Vander Esch anywhere else but Mike linebacker. You can't move him nowhere but Will linebacker. Problem is when you look at Sean Lee, you can't put Sean Lee anywhere but Will linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So Damian Wilson got to play Sam until we get in the nickel. Jalen got to play Mike, and Vandy and Sean Lee got to rotate Will. I wish there was a cute little way, for we could just find a way to put Vandy at Sam and could Sean at Will and Jalen at Mike. I wish it was a way we could do it.
The only reason why I don't know, my thing always messes up when I say, "Come on, Mike, get it together." I said the only reason why I don't want LVE at Sam because he got to do so much chasing towards the quarterback, and then he got to do vertical movement or what have you.
And he would have to deal with blockers, and he'll get caught up in a lot of trash. Problem. Now Vander Esch does have plays where he can deal with blockers, but you don't want Vander Esch to deal with blockers all game. Vander Esch best plays is when he's running free, being fast. You know what I'm saying? Most of his highlights, he's just running free and being fast. Eddie Cruz is in my chat box. He said Sean Lee plays Sam. WTF? No, he does not. Sean Lee is a full blown weak side will linebacker that does not get touched. Leighton Vander Esch is a weak side will linebacker that does not get touched. Jalen is the Mike. Guys like Joe Thomas can probably play Sam, Mike, and Will, but that's it. That's it. So
and Jalen doing a lot of dirty work that's going unseen, man. He's doing a lot of dirty work that he's cleaning up a lot, and that's why he got 4 sacks for the season right now, as well, because he's flying, he's chasing, he's shooting the gaps. He's like you said, he's knocking out the lead blocker and things like that.
Boy, so, Law, I don't know if you watched my video, Law.
Which one?
But the linebacker joint from this week. But boy, Jalen Smith had a play where he punched a guard in the chest, and his neck just went.
The Merton Hanks
whiplash. No, it was Ryan Ramczyk. Boy, chat box. I got 50,000 views. I know one of y'all seen it. Did y'all see Jalen Smith when he punched Ryan Ramczyk in the chest and his neck went and his voice went Did y'all see Ryan Ramczyk? Boy, that ain't necessarily Leighton Vander Esch. that ain't Leighton's game. Leighton's game ain't really punching people in the mouth. Leighton has this thing where he can extend now and keep guys off him. Then he can kind of dip and make his tackle. Jalen Smith punching people, knocking people way out their chest. It's different. So no, I don't expect for there to be some Voltron robot combination of Vander Esch, Lee, and Jalen Smith. Somebody gonna have to sit their ass down. Now, if it was up to me, Law Nation, what I would do with Sean Lee, I bubble wrap him to the playoffs.
And like, look, we're just gonna hold you back for a few plays. We're gonna hold you back for a little bit further.
Vincent Sample, Sean Lee cannot play Sam linebacker. Even, you know what? Let me correct that. Sean Lee can play he can play Sam, but he can play tight end. He can play quarterback. He can play free safety, but he won't be good there. he won't be good there. His skill set won't translate to him playing Sam linebacker. The damn positions are totally different. They take Damian Wilson off the field for a reason.
Damian Wilson can't cover nothing out there in the field, but he's good. Damian Wilson good on the LOS, and he's good flying out to the quarterback, and he's good just being that man guy of just taking up on that block and just getting disengaged and things like that. But that'd be too much for Sean Lee. And the thing is with Sean Lee, whereas Damian Wilson knows when to dial it back to like 85%. I hate to say that, but people out there who play sport, you know what I'm talking about. When you try to catch a wind a little bit, Voch, you're going to dial it back just a little bit. See, Damian know how to dial it back a little bit. Sean Lee is never going to dial it. He's going to go 100 miles. It's going to be a brick wall. He's going to try to shoot through it, and all of a sudden you're going to see him laying down out there.
Think about
because he ain't got no other speed, but he only got one speed.
Think about Damian. It was very interesting to see his roles in the past few games, whatever. He's done a bit of everything, to where sometimes he's chasing the run, to sometimes he's playing D line. We'll make a funky little look for him to where he's standing up, he's playing Sam linebacker, but he's approaching it from a defensive end, fourth guy, even front perspective. Like he'll run gap exchanges, he'll pass rush from C gap or whatever. Then if you look at it this game, sometimes we'll just take Damian Wilson out, we'll take Vander Esch out, and we'll put Jordan Lewis at will linebacker, and just let Jordan chase Alvin around. You know what I mean? So I kind of like Damian Wilson with his range, man. I like having linebackers with diversity of skill sets. I like, guys being able to do multiple things. But Damian really ain't gonna play as much as the other two guys are.
No, indeed, he won't do it. He will not do it. What do you think about David, man? Irvin, you think he's gonna get back out there? Somebody asked about Tyron Smith as well. Will he be ready this Sunday?
Vincent Samples. You know what? I wish I can open. And you know what? I just want to open up the phones, man. This is Vincent.
Open it up, man. Sure,
because he ain't gonna call in. He don't want to have this conversation. Law, am I missing something? Can Sean Lee play Sam linebacker?
No, he can't, man, because he don't know what. Somebody said, "Hey, he used to play Mike. Can you put him back at Mike?" Did you just went through what Jalen Smith had to do to bust that man into the chest?
Hey, man.
You put Sean Lee at Mike. course, when Sean Lee played Mike for the Dallas Cowboys, he was leading the Dallas Cowboys in ints. That was the last time he was
But
just
boy,
catching.
he was so much better at will, though.
Right.
Boy, he was so much healthier and better at will when he was running free.
Yes, that's the only way you can slow Sean Lee down is not put him at Mike, and then definitely don't even look at the Sam position. Put him on the weak side. Put him on the wheel. That's just the
Man,
bottom line.
go ahead and talk to the people. Let me set my phone lines. My damn ego get me in trouble so much, man. Because I promise I wasn't gonna set these phones up, but man, people just want to test my gangster so much. I just want
Bruh.
so I'm about to mute you, Law, and mute my whole system or whatever. Just talk to the people like I set my phone.
Okay, so he finna set his line up over here, but guys, look, it is what it is. I was tired when I first got on here, but he just elevated my energy, dealing with that with my little daughter and things like that, getting her to bed, and it was just one world of a day. You guys know I'm trying to stay up all day, been up ever since 5:30, and still rolling with the nation. So this is the thing, Cowboys Nation. All we got to do is take one game at a time. The Filthy just won. They 5-6 now, maybe. Well, they're 6-6 at this point, so it's 28-13. They won, so we got we're gonna have to fight a team that got their backs against the wall. They're gonna be really ready to shoot to see if the Dallas Cowboys for real, and they gotta defend. They gotta defend their championship. So this is not going to be an easy game. They're going to be motivated. They're going to be ready to hit us in the mouth. They saying to themselves right now that they got this W. You know what I mean? They saying that we're going to split this thing, so they got the W. That's what they're saying. But what we got to do is play our style of football. Don't worry about the LA Rams. Don't worry about the LA Chargers. Don't worry about what the Saints are doing or did before or what they played against the Saints. All we got to do is do our end of the bargain, and we will get things going in the right direction. That's running the rock. Team is designed for to run the rock. And when I like number 85, you guys know who I'm talking about, Noah Brown. You put Noah Brown into this thing, and all we looking for Dak Prescott to do is just manage this game, and it'll be okay. Voch, you still setting it up? You still setting it up, fam? All right, so he's still setting it up. So the Eagles win. Yeah, Brian Bradford, shout out to you. John, what's good with you, man? Todd McGrowan, Sunday, December the 9th, Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles. Yes. That's why we all want you guys to be out there to this event so that we all can just pump up everybody and get ready for this thing. Daniel Mazza, thank you for tuning in on the Facebook panel. I call it the Facebook Elite. For Torres, thank you for tuning in as well on the Facebook panel. Felix, Javira, Andrew, thank all of you guys. Arturo Lugo, thank you for tuning in as well. Voch Lombardi setting up the phone lines. We got about 15 to 20 minutes left on here so that we get things going in the right direction. Slots, thank you for regulating everything. Pro Football Reference, yes. Player Comparison Finder. Yeah, I brought that up earlier this week. Yes, David, we got to hit them in the mouth, man. We got to do that, man. We got to be able to hit them in the mouth. And all we got to do is just play our style of football. Just running the rock. Other teams saying that they got to put up 30. We got to put up 30 as well. And that's 30 times of possession. That's what I'm talking about. The minutes, 30 minutes of holding the ball. And not saying that we playing keep away, but that's our style. That's our finesse. That's our, let me see what another word I can bring up. That's just our motif. Appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for tuning in over here. Voch, you ready, man? What you got going on, man? He must still setting up that phone line. Look at this man's face. What are you doing over there? All right, so Eagles struggle tonight. They won't be much of a threat. I mean, it's any given Sunday, Aaron. But I feel what you're saying, though. All we got to do, but we got to jump out on them early and often. We cannot give them a fresh of let's see.
Law Nation.
Go ahead, man. What's up?
All right, man. So we good to go. I just set my phones up, man. I'm going to drop it in my chat box. I am going to drop the number in yours. Y'all want to call into the show? Get ready. You ready? Y'all listening? You ready? You're ready. The number is 515-739-1285. At that point, it will ask you for an access code, and that will be 309104. It is in my description. I just dropped it in both chat boxes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, brother is on it. Okay, so y'all see the number.
Go ahead and get,
Appreciate
let's
your
go ahead and get this.
get that phone
All right,
line
you ready,
rolling.
Law? You ready, Law? All right.
Yes,
Let's hear what they
indeed.
got to say, y'all. Let's go 562. What's cracking? Who this?
What's going on, Voch? Mark,
What's up, Mark? What you got for the show?
man, I had a quick question for you.
What's that?
I seen you going back and forth with a lot of people about, the whole Sean Lee playing well and Mike and all that. I totally agree with you.
Thanks, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I've been watching all your videos, so I know you know your stuff. I totally agree with you. But I did have a question. How do you feel about the Cowboys playing Sean Lee the way we used to play DeMarcus Ware? Remember how we used to have him at linebacker and then we moved him to an end because he was a speed rusher?
Yeah.
How do you feel about them doing that with the troubles of Randy Gregory trying to get back into the flow of things?
That's creative. I appreciate that. But Sean bases his production on his brain and how he sees things and how he reads his keys. So if you put him closer to the offensive line, he can't see he can't see all of his keys as well as he would from his linebacker spot. Like if you're at the linebacker spot and you're reading from front to back, okay, I'm reading my offensive line. Okay, nobody's pulling, they're going this direction. Then you got to read behind them and see what the backfield is doing. If you're at the right defensive end or the outside linebacker on the right defensive end side, it'll kind of limit your vision a little bit, and we don't want to hold Sean back. That's what this whole conversation is about. Sean can play anything. Sean can play free safety if he wanted to, but it's where the diminishing return happens. You know what I mean? And if Sean Lee's going to be on the field, you want Sean Lee to be the best he can be. If not, just leave Sean Lee on the sideline and keep playing Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yes, sir.
Good question.
That's it? We good?
Well, one more, and then I'll let you go ahead and get to your next caller because I know you got some people coming in. On the offensive side of the ball,
okay,
I wrote it in the chat box, but it's 1,000 comments going on. But how do you feel about the offense, Dak particularly, coming out, taking a deep shot downfield like we did in Game 2 against the Giants? I feel like that scared the Giants when it opened up that touchdown we got with Tavon Austin. That really lets that offense, you know what I'm saying, especially with the woes that we have on the offensive line, it really lets them kind of scare the defense a little bit, and now we can open up the holes for Zeke to go ahead and do his thing. With the addition of Amari Cooper, Gallup is coming into his own. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just spreads everything out, and it gives us more options instead of having to relying on trying to break a run and, you know what I'm saying, having Xavier do his thing on the line and Lael hold his own on the line. You know what I mean? It kind of just opens everything up.
Yeah. Funny thing about our fan base, I remember when this conversation first happened. We was all like, man, we need to take a deep shot every game just to let them know that we'll do it, even if we miss it. And we start to do it. And Dak will throw a deep shot and he'll miss, but damn it, now they mad that Dak missed. You know what I'm saying? As of the last few weeks, if we have the look, we will go deep. We've gone deep with Cooper. We love to throw the ball deep to Michael Gallup, whether it be he's just running the flat out 9, or whether it's a sluggo or if it's a hitch and go. You know what I'm saying? So we love we have thrown deep a lot more lately. More than we ever have. So.
Mm-hmm. And the ones that he connected on are all been on the left side of the field. So that's something to look at too. Something else.
Appreciate it, Mark. I just typed you in platinum, so you're a platinum caller now. Next time you call in, you go to the top of the list with the rest of them. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Salute.
You are down for the third time. How about this? Let's go. Go ahead, Law.
No. I was just saying, just to echo that. Yeah, I was one of the guys that said, yeah, I would love to see Dak Prescott throw that ball deep down the field several times in a game just to open up and make the defense play honest. But have you heard anything on Tavon Austin when he coming back? Is it going to be this game or next game?
Tavon got a growing injury, and when you run that fast, you just can't be testing the growing injury or whatever. But just to kind of get back on that point, we do throw it deep. they're still making us try to win the game through Dak. Like they'll still crowd the box and go through Zeke. So I ain't necessarily trying to throw the ball deep every time. Like if we get a cover zero, cover one, maybe a three with a safety kind of shaded to one side or whatever, I would throw the ball deep there. But if they're gonna give us crowded boxes or whatever, I just run digs and slants and just get the yak on the back end. But that's just me.
No doubt,
Five
no
one
doubt, no
two.
doubt.
512. What's happening? Who this?
Hey, this is Davis from Dallas.
What's up, Dave? What you got for the show?
I was like thinking about Dak recently, and I was just thinking how helpful would it be to have like a Cliff Kingsbury maybe, or someone as like an offensive coordinator or a quarterback coach in the future, and what do you think about that?
I think a lot of people giving Kellen Moore a hard time, but we going right back to this coaching conversation. I think people want Kellen Moore to do things that have nothing to do with him. I think some people want Kellen Moore to fix Dak Prescott's mechanics in 6 weeks when Dak has had bad mechanics for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? I think Dak is who he is, and he's the quarterback that we got. Dak is best when he has a great offensive line, great run game, good and a good cast of receivers. It just happens. I think Dak has been playing well the past couple of weeks with a bad offensive line. Be fair, I just dropped the offensive line video today, and I normally get busy with offensive line. They played terrible. And Dak was still able to, kind of sort of go 24 for 28 with a terrible offensive line. So I ain't necessarily mad. I don't think Kellen's doing a terrible job. However, I will say if we can find a special offensive guy, you can always get better. There's always room to get better. I just think guys blaming stuff on Kellen Moore that ain't got nothing to do with, Kellen Moore.
I think that with the Kellen Moore angle, it's growing pains. You're going to have that. He never coached before, so that's something that he's going to have to develop even down the line. That's something that I think the coaching staff collectively already knew that was going to be the scenario. So with that being said, with Dak Prescott, the thing is with him, although he getting the ball out quick when he passes to Amari, he still stares down Amari just a little bit. But I think that the chemistry with Amari and the Gallup kid, they're going to develop. It's just that right now, people want it to be right now, but it's not.
Appreciate it, Davis. Luke.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Good call, though. Good call. Good question.
Great call. Great call. We haven't had any smoke yet. We have two great calls here. I'll take that. 956. What's happening? Who this?
Hey, what's up, boss? This is Alex in the 956 calling in here.
What's up, man?
57185.
Okay, what you got for the show? What's happening?
I wanted to talk to you about regarding Dak and some of the sacks he's been taking.
Okay.
He looks like he's about to get, a sack like most in NFL history, more than David Carr did back when he was in the Texans. But to me, when I've been watching him play, when you see him drop back, given he's been rattled because of his offensive line and all the injuries have been happening, but still, when you look at him drop back, he goes right away, especially in shotgun, and drops like 6-7 yards back. Mm-hmm. And to me, that does a disservice to his linemen, especially the tackles, because when you're dropping 6-7 yards back automatically, and the defense got to study that film and see you doing that consistently, that's saying the defensive lineman, I don't got to rush through your lineman. I don't got to go hand in, swim inside to get you your quarterback. I'll just keep on going to the outside. And I'm going to get there to the quarterback because your tackles, when they have their back against you, if you were just to drop 5 yards back and wait in the pocket a second or two, then that makes it easier for the tackles because now they can put their foot in to cover the inside rush or the outside rush. But when you're dropping 6-7 yards back, that puts them in the bad position. Of course, they can't see behind their heads, so the lead diamond has the advantage in that aspect. In my opinion, I just want to hear your opinion on that.
I would have to watch the film with the eyes of let me look at Dak's dropbacks, but you're absolutely right that if you're at shotgun and you're dropping back 6 steps, it could make for an easier pass rush, but then Dak would have to step up into the pocket to kind of fix that. I don't think that's the case all the time though, because sometimes the offensive line looking trash when Dak is just catching and throwing. So I have seen that. That is something that I am seeing. Lael Collins really been getting whooped all season, man. And I know I ain't the only one that's seeing it.
Getting his butt whooped.
I can't be the only one that sees it. Tyron Smith gives up plays sometimes, but he's solid for the most part. Fleming is kind of up and down as well. But I just think if we just block better up front, man, Dak wouldn't have no problems, man. Dak would be so much better if we just block better up front. Because we see in a lot of situations, man, Dak really can't step up because there's so much pressure in his face. And people kind of mad at Dak for taking sacks, sure, but I would rather Dak get sacked than Dak throw an interception. Because if he throw an interception, then I'd be even more pissed off at him. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's why I called him Cardiac Dak this past weekend, well, past Thursday, because he just had me right at the ropes, right at the edge of my seat. The thing is with Dak, when we go empty, my only problem is when we go empty and he don't see the open receiver, just run it. I know he sees man-to-man, the defenders got their back turned to him. I think that I don't know why Dak is so timid in running, but when he got that first down, I was like, okay, that's the Dak that I want to see. But sometimes Dak, I think he's scared to run as well. I don't know if it's conservative. I don't know what that is, Voch. What it is? What do you think it is?
Can I kind of say this here?
Go ahead, talk to me.
When he dropping back, especially when he's in shotgun, and we looking for Dak to run, I think that's kind of what he wants to do. But at times, it's going back to that same point. When you're dropping 6-7 yards back, and you're giving that lineman access to take away the outside, and if you do get some pressure from the inside, which was happening with Collins, was in there, the rookie left guard, then when he steps into the pocket, by the time he tries to do something with it and try and step and run, that middle of the pocket's already collapsing. And it was happening early in the year when Collins was in there. With Looney and Zach Martin, that hasn't been the case so much, but because the defensive lineman on the edge can kind of read and kind of just can't hang out there and put his hand out there versus like Collins and say, okay, well, where are you going to run? Well, you can't run to the outside because I already got you out wide. Or you want to go back to the inside and kind of do that? Well, now I got you to the inside anyway. I'll just disengage the block, and I'll go in there, and I'll get you for the sack. And I kind of see that happening a lot because of that same reason.
I would have to watch film before I can, take a side, because I'm thinking, how often do we take 6-step drops from shotgun? Like, how often are we doing that? So
He's doing a 3 after the shotgun, Voch. I looked at it. When he gets that ball, he go 1, 2, 3 after the shotgun. So it's not necessarily 6. I have yet to see a 6 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me watch a little film. We'll probably have this conversation.
But since Amari Cooper been into this thing, he is climbing the pocket though. He is trying to at least climb the pocket and then get the ball out.
To throw to.
Right. He do like this. It's still a little winding moment, but he clicks up there and he gets it out. And I said, shoot, as long as the guy can catch the ball, it's good with me. He's gonna have to work on that during the offseason.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thanks for the call.
Shot puts the ball. I love Dak, man. That's my boy, Mississippi, baby.
Cowboy fan with me. I got a Cardinal fan up here. What's up, Cardinal fan?
Hey, Voch, this isn't Cardinals fan.
Who is this?
No. This is the Real Law Nation.
All right, Real Law Nation. What you got for the show, Real Law Nation?
Hey, everybody. Just wanted to say, hey, make sure you check out my new spot in the new Lion King coming out December 13th.
You going to be Mufasa, dog? You Mufasa,
dog? I legally can't say that right now.
But the trailer's out. They already dropped the cast and everything. How can you not say?
Remember who you are.
For all my Law Nation folk out there.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Real Law Nation. Okay.
I also want to let all the ladies know I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner.
Womp, womp, womp.
He really learned the lyrics to Pony to make this call.
Without even falling off.
Oh, I'm about to hang up on your ass.
Shut up!
My phone.
My phone.
Take it easy, bro.
Hey.
What's up? Wait, time out. What's that? What you say?
Law, respect, man. I'm just messing with you, man.
No, I'm just playing with you, man. It's funny, man. Shout out to you, man.
Hey, O'Neal, how's the shirt, man?
Oh, I haven't got it yet. I'll go check the mail today. I'll go take a peek. Yeah,
Check
we'll
the
hook
mail.
that
It's
up,
in
man.
there. It's in there. All right, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
hey,
no
real
doubt.
quick, your guys' opinion, what's a more valuable position? Cornerback or D tackle?
Give me a nasty defensive tackle on this particular team, and we can talk. We can cook some fish around here. We can fry some fish around here with it.
I would definitely take Aaron Donald over Jalen Ramsey. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh yes.
Because Aaron Donald. Because Aaron Donald can make Cheeto a better corner. Jalen Ramsey can't make Scrub Jackson a better D tackle. You know what I'm saying? So.
Look. This is the best way you can look at it right here. Chris Richard can at least get Cheeto and Byron Jones to play up to a par, right? But he can't get Malik Collins to play like Aaron Donald. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I like Malik Collins. He's nasty, but he ain't no Aaron Donald though. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
You know, Aaron.
But I mean, a shutdown corner can shut down a whole half of a field. So
Sometimes.
I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. Thought I'd get your perspective. Also,
then we run the ball.
Who's the DB coach right now? That guy needs some credit. Who's the DB coach for the Cowboys right now?
The passing game coordinator.
Richard?
Yes, sir. Chris Richard.
Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Richard?
Yes, sir.
I thought it was someone else. Okay. Where did he come from? Is that the old Legion of Boom DB
yes, sir.
defensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no wonder you guys are killing it right now. All right, Voch, I'll get out of here. Everybody listen, share, subscribe, drop $1, Patreon, PayPal. For quality content, Voch. We appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Yes, sir. Doski Woski. Salute.
Man, that brother right there, he cold-blooded, man.
Carter fan, cold-blooded, man.
Yes, indeed.
I don't owe him. He don't owe me nothing. We did that. I'm a dance at his wedding, man. Dance at his wedding. Yeah, man. If y'all want to hit that PayPal to help fund this trip to Dallas, it is in my description. Everything helps.
Man,
let's get back into these calls.
Y'all do that Cash App for it.
Hello.
All right. What's up?
Hello.
What's up, 805? Who this?
Hey, I'm glad I got on. This is Robert from 805, Central Coast, California. I listen and watch you guys all the time. Law Nation, Voch, I watch your films all the time. And Law, I love your films too.
Appreciate it.
And I'm just wondering, you guys, what do you think? I mean, the Eagles did the Skins pretty good in the second half. What's your thoughts? How are we going to match up next week?
We play our style of football. I mean, we still play ball control football. We run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott. And when they play the single high safety look, the first time they give us that look, we let them know that we can make them pay. And I've been seeing that from the team for the last 4 or 5 games, that we will make them pay when they give us that single high safety look on the first end of the game. So I think that we play our style of football. Even though they had Colt McCoy, if Colt McCoy was to play today, I think that play the entire game, I think that it would have been a better game because he knew how to utilize the wide receivers on the outside. I think Filthy still have problems with their DBs.
Yeah, okay. The other thing is, I was going to ask Voch and you, Law, because we were talking about Dak, fundamentals and all that. I'm not going to get all the specifics, but in your guys' opinion, do you think Dak can correct some of the things that we've just seen over and over again and people talked about? Do you think that's correctable, or is this who we got? Dak is Dak.
Let people talk, man. Just let them talk. Like I don't think Dak is ever going to change who Dak is. You know, we've seen Dak be productive, If we get solid offensive line play, we get a good game from Zeke, then Dak is just fine. But all of a sudden, Dak is the 31st most sacked quarterback in the league now, and just now all of a sudden, Dak's throwing motion needs help. Nah, I mean, I just think we just need to play a little better. Some people say fire Jason Garrett. I mean, no, I mean I don't necessarily. I don't think so. But just Dak is gonna be Dak. Phillip Rivers got the worst throwing motion I've ever seen in my life. He's had it for damn 15 years. Never changed it. Never changed it. It's just that you just do what you got to do. You acclimate to them. You add players, and you just line up and play. I think Dak can win. We can win with Dak. The Eagles won with Nick Foles. I think we can win with Dak. It's just that Dak ain't good enough to transcend the team when Cooper fumbles or when we miss blocks up front or Leo Collins get whooped or things like that. We just ain't that good. But
hey, well, guys, thank you for your opinion and your time and your work.
Thank you, sir. Salute, Doski Woski.
That's a good call.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to some more callers. I wanna put on my boogie shoes. 318. What's happening? Who this?
Well, what's happening, man? It's Desmond up here in Monroe, Louisiana, right down the street from you guys.
What up, Des? What you got for the show, brother?
Man, you got it, man. I'm sitting up here eating some leftover Thanksgiving. It's reaching its sell-by date, so I'm fixing it up. And
yeah,
caught me with a little food in my mouth.
Boy, you must have froze the turkey.
Right, it's about to be Christmas, man.
I had it in the back of the fridge. But look,
okay,
man, look. I want to let y'all know, man. I really appreciate it. I know you hear it all the time. But I just subscribed to Patreon, man.
Wow.
You and Law Nation, man, I don't know what's up with you and your sultry tones, man. You sound like Barry White on there. But y'all put out great content, bro. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I got a question, though.
Appreciate you. What's up?
How do you get, because, man, look, I'm a former pro athlete, man. I played football, NCAA, CFL with Edmonton Eskimos. Yeah. Man, how do you get your hands on this film? I know this ain't just floating around.
I had a conversation with you on Twitter, I believe. Okay.
Yeah, I just subscribe, man.
Got you, fam.
Just recently.
The NFL Illuminati makes us pay for Game Pass. That's what it is. You pay for Game Pass, and they'll hook you up with your angles, with your views, and all that. I ain't really trying to sell advertising to them, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's where we get it from. We really exploiting the shit out of them, but
yeah.
They don't really people don't know they can get their hands on that, man. That's like, what you call the cartel view, that wide shot and the tight shot. You don't see that just floating around.
People
let people know.
People know it. It's just that people don't want to pay $100 for it.
There you go.
That's what it is.
You know what? That's a hell of a tool and a hell of a business model you got there, man.
If you are a businessman, I totally agree. If you're a casual fan, hey, just watch that broadcast and be grateful. And watch Law Nation and Voch.
I'm grateful for y'all, because I sure as hell ain't paying $100 for it.
There you go. We do it for y'all.
We do it for y'all. We do it for the nation.
That's why the damn Patreon PayPal is so important, man. If everybody gave us $1, y'all can have all the R22 you want. Y'all ain't got to pay for it. We got y'all.
And that's just one side of it. You got to have high-speed internet. You got to have the equipment, the microphone, all this stuff, man. Football knowledge, going back, rewinding, watching the tape.
Go ahead, Dave.
Both of you guys sound very well versed, speaking of football knowledge. Mm-hmm. So what's your background, man? You doing this coaching? Both of you, this question, both of you guys. How'd you become so well versed in the game that we love?
I played in high school. As soon as I played my senior playoff game and lost it to Ocean Springs, I coached at that high school. I went to college at University of Southern Mississippi, which is in Hattiesburg. Coached at Petal High School, which is in Hattiesburg. I dated a chick that was cool with a chick that went to school with her. She's a librarian at Oak Grove High School. She is cool with the PE coach at that high school. He is the DB coach for Oak Grove High School. Brett Favre is the offense coordinator at that high school. So I say, hey, put me on. So I go to Oak Grove High School and I learn a bunch of football from Brett Favre. I'm just kind of compiling information here. I did a little graduate assistant work at Southern Miss with Larry Fedora with his whole administration. I wasn't there long because I eventually got out of school and came to Texas. But yeah, man, I just kind of gathered a lot of information, went to a lot of coaching clinics, just learned some stuff.
Yes, man. And when you find something that you love to do versus and you got strong adulations towards it, all you got to do is put your mind to it. Like I'm a track, football, and basketball guy. And that's how it rolls, man. So I look at film, we break it down, we put it out there so where everybody can see it. And then the thing is, Voch, it's trendy. Cause you see Brian Bollinger, how you say his name, he's doing it now. You know, even NFL got their whole film session. They put the whole thing up there. Session.
And then also, you know, something else that just kind of works too. Like I'm no pro athlete. Like I'm 6'1", I'm 6'1", 250 or whatever. Joe Looney and Rod Smith bigger than me, but I study this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I study the hell out of it. You know, if you go watch an old wide receiver video or something, say the Josh Doctson college film session. You know what I mean? I had just a normal wide receiver view of it because all I know is offensive coordinating. All I know is offensive line. All I know is quarterback, running back. So I say, damn, we got Amari Cooper. Let me go study wide receiver now. So I read some you know, coaching books, philosophy stuff. And if you watch my Cooper video now, I put the nipple on the titty with this damn wide receiver talk now. You know what I'm saying? So I just been compiling information.
And you know, and that comes through in the value that you add, man, because the casual fan don't go out there and figure out the rudimentary stuff that helps you gain a deeper knowledge of the game, and you can tell us what to look at, kind of like what Tony Romo's doing his broadcast. Yeah. And I heard you. I don't want to keep y'all lines clogged up, but I heard you mention Southern Miss. I'm out here in Monroe, so that's, you know, ULM here. I don't know if you know this, but ULM played Southern Miss this year, and Brett Favre made a bet with ULM's head coach.
What'd he say?
He made a bet with not ULM's head coach, but with the Peterson guy, the head coach of
Nathan Peterson. Yeah. For the filter.
Nathan Peterson.
Doug Peterson. I'm thinking about
Doug
that.
Peterson, yeah. So he made the bet that, you know, Southern Miss wasn't going to lose to ULM. So long story short, ULM lost because ULM, the Eagles head coach son plays for ULM. So long story short, they lost, and your boy Brett Favre has to wear a ULM shirt in the commercial. You know, so it's kind of funny story how it all connects, man.
Damn,
but
crazy.
Last question, I'll jump off of this thing, man. I'll jump off of it.
Yeah.
I'm torn. I'm torn on Dak, man. I know y'all been through this time and time again. Dak he's been great because I followed Dak. I liked LSU. I watched him torch LSU when he was at Mississippi State. So when he got drafted by the Cowboys, I knew what he was made out of. But, you know, at the same time, I like Dak. But do you think that Dak is holding us back from being a Super Bowl contender? Do you think it's our offensive scheme that's holding us back?
Time out. Let me just set this off in the chat box real fast, and I'm gonna answer your question as I look for this answer. Incognito says that somebody played football at Petal High School. If y'all played in 08 or 09, Natchez High School smoked y'all ass in the playoffs, boy. Say something crazy. Okay. As far as Dak Prescott goes, you don't want to be in quarterback limbo. You know what I'm saying? You can win with Dak Prescott. You can absolutely win with him. You know what I mean?
You can. Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to get rid of Dak and bring in some scrub that you absolutely cannot win with. You know what I'm saying? That ain't something that you want to do. Dak can make throws, but Dak ain't good enough to pull the whole team on his back. But how many quarterbacks can pull the whole team on his back? We look at guys like Matt Stafford, guys like Matt Ryan, guys like Joe Flacco. They never do it by themselves. Never done it by themselves. And these are first-round picks. So you take a guy like Dak Prescott, who's a fourth-rounder. Mm-hmm. We can't expect him to be Tom Brady and carry this thing along. Pat Mahomes can probably take this offense and do some nasty stuff with it. We ain't got Pat Mahomes. We got Dak Prescott. But Dak can win. We just can't be trash on the offensive line. We just can't be trash on defense. Zeke can't be trash. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta really, you know, play better as a team, and that'll make Dak a little better. You know what I mean?
So do we pay him, though? Do we pay him when it's time to secure all of these guys that we're going to have to secure in the next couple of years?
I'll tell you what. People act like they don't want to pay Dak or whatever. People need to stop being GMs, because this is how this works. I'll give Dak Prescott $22 million. I'll give him 25. Because watch this.
That's a good price.
Because watch this. This was going to happen. You give Dak Prescott $25 million. When it's time for Carson Wentz to get paid and he getting 31, and Jared Goff out here getting 36, and Pat Mahomes out here getting 40, You're gonna have Dak for a long time with $25 million. You're gonna go, all right, it's okay. You gonna
It
go,
ain't
this
that
cool.
bad.
You gonna go, this cool.
And they got to look at this thing too. Look at Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks you can ever lay eyes on, right? They paying him $67 million guaranteed for this year. It's $33 million a year or something like that he got. What is Aaron Rodgers having a problem with right now?
You know
Defense, the other teams' weapons around him. So when you pay a guy, just like when, and I'm not bringing this up to throw hate or salt or anything like that, but when we paid Romo, we couldn't put anything else around him. So it was like, okay, here's your $100 million. So let's see what you can do. Let's make it happen with this porous offensive line. We only have D Ware on the opposite side. So see what we can do with you right there. So when you pay a person that much money, then there's a problem. So what I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with Voch. Anywhere between 18 to 22 to 23 million, that will be his safe haven right there. But anything north of that, you're gonna have diminishing rates of return.
And Dez, let me just say one more thing, and I'm gonna let you talk. Like, sometimes I have my own opinions, right? But I think a lot. I give myself a lot of credit for being a thinker. Sometimes I find myself sitting back saying, the organization didn't lose their mind overnight. Whatever they do, I'm cool with it. And I did this with Van Der Esch. When I was watching film on Van Der Esch, and I was like, da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. I was like, okay, maybe it'll work. I'm like, okay, cool, Voch, step back. Let the organization work. People want to hate on Jerry, they hate on Steven, they hate on Will McClay. They make a lot of great moves, plenty great underrated moves that we give them crap for taking Jalen Smith at the second, for giving up a first for Amari Cooper, for rebuilding this thing, passing on Johnny Manziel, rebuilding this whole thing, this whole offensive line, getting Zach Martin. Damn it, we see these moves go into play that we never really agree with first. But after a while, we just look at them and go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. This ain't the Cowboys that we normally deal with. So when Jerry say, oh, we going to extend Dak Prescott, that make me fine. I want Tua Tagovailoa. But damn it, if they think we can get it done with Tua, maybe Will McClay knows something we don't know. Maybe he's the professional that get paid big dollars. I'm a YouTuber. He get paid big dollars to figure this stuff out. And he ain't really been wrong yet. Go ahead, Will McClay. Do your thing.
No doubt. Hey, you know what? You ain't said nothing but the truth at that point. And I doubted Van Der Esch as well. Seen him play in a bowl game. He jumped off the screen. Yep. You know, who was this tall white boy running all over the field making tackles?
Absolutely.
But damn it, I didn't think he was a first rounder. But you know what? I wanted them to get Ridley. But we saw what happened when they played Atlanta.
Yep.
First rounder versus first rounder. Who was the MVP?
Vandy.
Your boy.
Vandy.
And I'm with Law. 22, I take that. You know, 18 to 22 million, I take that. You still got the money to put the pieces around Dak for him to be successful. 30, hell no. Then we're gonna be looking like the Saints as they paid Drew Brees all that money before he restructured his contract.
If Dak Prescott getting dollars, then Jared Goff and Carson Wentz gonna get 40 something. And it's just the salary cap gonna keep going up, and that's just how we gonna play. Pay. You imagine the money Pat Mahomes get when it's time for him to sign his check in 5 years, 4 years?
It's gonna be nasty.
Pat Mahomes gonna want ownership from the damn Chiefs when it's time to sign his contract, man.
Yep, and then everybody gonna be looking at Todd Gurley's contract as well. So I think that your boy Ezekiel Elliott, he gonna want that guarantee too. So I already know where Le'Veon Bell is going to the Chiefs next year. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. He's going to the Chiefs.
and if you do, we better win that Super Bowl this year because we ain't going back.
It's gonna get nasty because they got rid of Kareem Hunt. They're gonna say, "Oh, Le'Veon, come on over here to the Chiefs."
Pay you? Oh man, that's all you got, Dez?
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all roll. I'm gonna tell you this though. You made a mention that you ain't a pro athlete. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you my experience with all the coaches I've had at each level. The best players make the shittiest coaches. All my coaches ain't never seen the field. All right, because y'all got more time to sit back and do what you have done, which is go around to different programs, get around different type of gurus, and accumulate the knowledge. Yeah. So once again, salute. Appreciate you guys.
That's fair. Dez, I just plugged you in platinum, so next time you call in, you'll go to the top of the list with everybody else. Appreciate it, sir.
Dez, what position you played, man? They asking you. Jay asking you, man, what position?
Oh man, position.
DB.
Man, I played.
Sound like a DB.
Heck no. You know what?
He ain't no
I actually
DB.
looked like a DB at one point in CFL. I was an All-American defensive end at McNeese State. Went 11-0 my junior year. Played LSU. I had 8 tackles, a TFL, and a sack. What was that? 2010 against LSU. You know, I'm ringing my own bell a little bit. Defensive MVP, but I played linebacker in the CFL.
Okay.
Okay. So you was down there when old boy was down there, Claiborne.
Claiborne, where about?
When you was at LSU.
Oh, Morris.
Yeah, you know what?
Morris.
I played again when I played. Pat Peterson was a senior.
Oh, okay.
You know who? Honey Badger was a freshman.
Yeah.
But he was already running all over our ass. I just know that I remember kicking it away every time we went down on the punt. We were trying to kick it away, and every time Pat Peterson got his hand on the ball, he got about 30 yards.
No doubt, man. Soldier right there. Salute, bro. Salute.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a good call, man.
Great call.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. And we got one more, then we'll wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Law like to have us on for 5 hours.
Boy, I was dead tired before I got on here, man. Somehow I got some energy, man. But go ahead. Who the next caller?
I jump my ass on this thing and yell, and I just bring you up with me.
Yeah.
719. Who this?
Hey guys, I just want to say I really appreciate everything you guys do. I love watching both you guys' content. I've loved it for a really long time.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
This is Dave Golf Pro, actually. I talked to you, Voch, back. I was a guy that talked about Derwin James and E.T. getting both of those guys. You might remember that conversation.
Boy, that was a great notion. Boy, that was a great thought, but I guess everything played out.
But I want to talk real quick just about Dak. Now, I had been down on Dak for a while, but I'll tell you what, I think he's turned the corner. And it's very interesting, actually, because he's now firing the ball a little bit harder on some of these shorter routes and stuff, just like that play against Washington. I love how he had a little bit of touch on both those screen passes. And how can you not have so much respect for this man when he takes 7 and 8 hits a game as far as the sacks go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True. You can definitely see small things in Dak's progress. I saw Dak, looking off a safety one time. I saw Dak, Dak up. He's pump faking now. He actually dropped the ball one time trying to do it, but I said, okay, cool. At least he adding wrinkles. At least he is pump faking now. Just moving and things like that. I actually saw Dak actually sell the fake of him running just to get the ball over the linebacker on one of these plays. Forgot which one it was, but I'm like, okay, these are small little nuances that Dak is picking up, and it seems like when Dak gets sacked, people just flat out blame Dak, like, Dak, you gotta get rid of the ball. Well, if he throw the ball away, that's intentional grounding, so we can't just do that. He's trying to actually scramble and get out of the pocket so he can get rid of the football, but I don't mind Dak taking a sack to not throw an interception. That's just how I feel on that. So
I totally agree. And again, I think he's kind of turned the corner. I think the whole team has kind of turned the corner just a little bit here with Amari. I can't wait to see what happens when Austin gets back in there.
Man, I'm waiting on it.
Start going 4 wide a little bit, and then we go ahead and either run Zeke or let Dak run a little bit more. I'm really interested in seeing that too. But everybody talks about Romo. Romo would have not made it through probably the second game this year. I mean, the number of hits that Dak's been taking.
Let me just say this, man. Like people wanted to bench Tony Romo for John Kitten at some point. You know what I mean? So I don't really get into these guys. If you think about every position, every player that plays at every position for the Dallas Cowboys, at some point a fan has wanted to get rid of him. And that's strange. And that's strange. People still don't want to pay D-Law. People still asking questions about paying Byron Jones. He's only done it 1 year. People Tito gonna give up a first round for Cooper. They ain't want to draft Jalen in the second. They ain't want to draft Van Der Esch in the first. Everybody, the Cowboys fans just want to get rid of everybody. So they
wanted to get rid of Mari Cooper before he got here. They're saying that's Roy Williams 2.0.
And I'll tell you what, I love Mari Cooper. He's amazing.
Wow.
He's just amazing.
I've done like 6 videos on Amari
I know. I've seen them. I've seen them all. Can I make one comment? Can I make one comment real quick about something I don't hear you guys talking too much about?
Go ahead.
Back in 2015, when we had the down year, Romo's hurt and everything, and we pick up Jalen. Well, the question I have is, I wonder if we could have gotten somebody possibly in that first or second round that could tackle Brett Favre on that last play of the game in 2016, where he completes it on the sideline. We kind of gave up one pick for that year, and coming off 215, I don't think our expectations were really going to be that high for 2016. Because coming off of Romo getting hurt, you got Dak actually in there playing great. So we kind of fell into Dak, let's say. Although I love Dak at Mississippi. I mean, that was just fun watching that. Okay, well, I'll get off and let you guys keep going. You might want to shut it down or something. But, hey, I love both you guys, and I really appreciate what you do.
Just on that point, the contrast between our pass rushers now and pass rushers then, I just think we're a better defense as a whole. We're a better pass rushing team as a whole now. So I think even if we did play Green Bay, we're better equipped to play against them now. When you think about those times we lost against Aaron, like we always said, there's this age-long comment like, man, if Rod Marinelli can actually get talent, like we'll be good to go. Like this man was getting sacks out of George Selvey and Jeremy Mincey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we got solid play out of Jack Crawford, Mo Claiborne, and Brandon Carr. We just made it work. So we actually have filled that defense with first and second round picks and some great playing in third, fifth, and fourth round guys. So
yeah,
we took this defense and played in 2014. We'll probably move on to the next round and play the Falcons.
And then everybody don't need to sleep.
So bad that we couldn't get to a limping Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah. Until 2014.
At the end of that game, man, we had his ass cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But you had J.J. Wilcox out there, and you had Brandon Carr.
He's in there now. Jalen Smith is going to run his butt down.
Oh boy, Jalen Smith will go hit Aaron Rodgers so hard. Boy. Oh God, he'll knock the wind out of him. Anyway, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it. Great call.
That's a good call, man.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, 2015, we had a nice, solid defense. Believe it or not, we was in every game. Game.
They were solid because Papa Rod Marinelli was amazing. But boy, we had Jeremy Mincey out there. Remember, we was actually trying to re-sign Jeremy Mincey. we was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do without Jeremy Mincey? That's how good Marinelli is, man. And can you believe Cowboys fans had the gumption to try to get rid of Rod Marinelli? I remember everything I see because sometimes I see some of this stuff and it makes me sick. It pisses me off sometimes. I can't forget it. People tried to get rid of Rod Marinelli. They tried to.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of Rod, man. They still trying to make Chris Richard defense coordinator. Still,
it's going to naturally go to him. I think this probably be Rod last year though, if he not all up to stuff to continue to coach. Because when
we win that damn Super Bowl then. Rod is about 95. He was, he is an old cat. So.
Like it hurt when he walks, man. I'm like, gosh, man. Like
it don't hurt that sucker to cuss, boy. Right. Boy, you see when they call offside on Rand and he didn't jump outside, boy, Rod chase that referee down. Look at that. What the?
But you know what would have happened? I was thinking the headlines because D-Law already had a sack fumble, right? There would have been 2 sack fumbles. Either had 2 sacks, 2 fumbles, or something like that. That would have been a nasty stat line for D-Law. DeMarcus Lawrence, for those who don't know who D-Law is. And then on top of that, for what his statement was, I think the NFL said, you know what? You know that little Buffalo Wild Wings commercial when they had to press that little button to throw the flag or what have you? I think that's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah, I feel you.
The screen must have froze up on us, man. But Voch, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, then, man.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was good, man.
I was saying on my morning after live stream that I would much rather this defense, everybody play as a whole, than have one guy that just get a whole bunch of stats. You know what I mean? I like that Tyrone Crawford got involved and Antoine Woods got involved. You know what I mean? Randy had his pressures and he even bat the ball out at the end. So I was cool with all that. But yeah, man, let's wrap up. Whatever.
Guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this thing. I really want to see you guys this weekend at the Lava Cantina in Plano. And not just only that, I want to hear your questions and see what you guys have, the insights on the game. I'm always thinking, somebody asked earlier, can we win out? I had us going 10-6 at the beginning of the year, and it's quite possible for us to be that. That means we're going to lose one game, but I'm greedy. I want to be wrong, just like I was wrong about LVE. So yes, I would love for us to go 11-5 and prove everybody wrong. You know what I mean, including me. So with that being said, go ahead.
Should I have 16-0? You know me. No.
Incognito, I see you, fam. Incognito, yes. Yes, indeed, man. So you had a 16-0, man. Every year, believe it or not, man, ever since everybody asks, why you always say live like 95, you know, because I predicted that we was going to win the Super Bowl that year, you know, and even when at my young age, I was sitting there saying, yes, we're going to win the Super Bowl in 95, and it happened. And ever since then, every year I say, man, we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. And people that really, really know me, they know that I hate when the Cowboys lose because I go and punch the wall. I got a real bad attitude and things like that. But I'm calmed down just a little bit, you know.
I thought you said it because it rhymed, you know, live like 95.
Live like 95, yeah. You know.
I thought you was being slick.
Slick with it, but 95, 96 season, but we was on it, man. We was on it. Even though we had Barry. And
I was 3.
see there, man. Look at you, man. But go ahead and tell people where they can find you at, man. Although we live on your show and you got people all into the mix.
Hey, man, check my YouTube page. I break down tons of film. When I mean tons, I mean metric tons of film. Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, the same name for the Twitter. Go over there and check that out. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California Dreaming, the Voch's Voice podcast. The non-football joint. I'm probably going to stream one in a little bit. The Blue Eyed Soul podcast. It's a music joint. I don't really talk a lot of football on the podcast because I do that on the live stream. So, hey man, come through and listen to that. You know, if you just want to listen to some music, chill out, and listen to me talk about that. Besides that, hey man, that's all I got. Follow all my Facebook channels and go get a shirt or something.
Yes, indeed. Y'all go get that shirt, man. Y'all support Voch Lombardi, man. This brother is growing his page, man. He gonna be at 40,000 before the end of I'm telling you, before the season, before these next 4 games.
They're not.
You gonna be at 40,000. We're gonna go ahead and speak that into existence right now. Let's get that going, man. Y'all hit that like button, share this content, join his Facebook page, join his Twitter, join my Twitter, join my Facebook, and join also my Twitch. And I'm on Periscope right now. Shout out to you guys. And Janiqua, I see you. Shout out to you. 88 likes. Yes, y'all, we need to get to 100, man. Y'all hit that like button.
Don't be calling my YouTube like
man. All right. Hey, Janiqua, how you doing? You know.
All right, y'all trying to wrap this thing up, man.
Close the door.
You're listening to nothing but the best. You know what I'm talking
Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yeah, let's go, baby.
300.
Y'all gotta stand up, rise up, be to the edge of your seats. Let's get up out your seat. Let's get this thing going, baby. Cowboys win this weekend, 28-3.
I bet not have 40,000 by January.
40,000 by January. You know I can't leave until that hook comes. Yes, let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hit that like button. All right. Doski Woskis and the Pisky Weeks. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute.